And many other ceremonies happening across the country today to remember 9/11. In New York City, a moment of silence was observed to commemorate the exact moment when the first plane struck the North Tower of the World Trade Center. It was at exactly 8:46 that Al-Qaeda crashed Flight 11 into the North Tower, while more planes crashed into the Pentagon and field of Shanksville, killing almost 3,000 people. At Ground Zero, names of victims were read following the somber tradition. Vice President Harris was one of many state and local officials present. The Bell of Hope, located less than 100 yards from the World Trade Center, rang out St. Paul's Chapel in New York City, marking the first moment the two planes hit the World Trade Center on 9/11. It's known as the Little Chapel That Stood because it survived the collapse of the Twin Towers. The Bell of Hope was given to New York City by London to honor the nearly 3,000 people who died in the attack and has been rung every anniversary since 2002. First Lady Jill Biden spoke at the 9/11 memorial ceremony in Shanksville today. The First Lady said she was, quote, reminded about how important it is to try to deal with extremism of any kind, especially when it uses violence to achieve political and ideological goals, end quote. The attack is believed to be orchestrated by Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. And President Biden spoke at an observance event remembering the 21st anniversary in Arlington, Virginia. Biden, along with the victims' families and government officials, held a moment of silence today for those killed in the attack. In a speech during the memorial, he called on all Americans to look to the future to protect democracy and freedom.
It's not enough to gather and remember each September 11th those we lost more than 2 decades ago, because on this day, it is not about the past, it's about the future. We have an obligation, a duty, a responsibility to defend, preserve, and protect our democracy. The very democracy that guarantees the rights of freedom that those terrorists on 9/11 sought to bury in the burning fire and smoke and ash. And that takes a commitment on the part of all of us